I want to talk about Antarctica. They are clearly protecting or preserving something that may or may not be under 3 miles of ice.
Hours after the original 4chan post featuring a mysterious egg-shaped UFO,
Antarctica is the coldest place on Earth, containing 90% of the planet's ice. It looks almost like an alien planet, and there are some who think it's hiding proof of aliens themselves.
new images have surfaced, supposedly showing the crashed object covered in strange markings resembling hieroglyphs. These latest images, shared by the same anonymous user, have fueled speculation that this might not be just another hoax, but rather a genuine leak of classified information about a UFO retrieval operation. The newly surfaced images offer a clearer view of the craft, displaying unusual symbols etched across its metallic surface, resembling ancient hieroglyphs that some claim are strikingly similar to those seen in early human civilizations.
That sun, as far as the Egyptians were concerned, also had wings, and it descended from the sky. So in my opinion, something else was depicted, an extraterrestrial event that in fact took place in real life.
This discovery has intensified discussions that the UFO might not be something entirely new, but rather an object that has been buried or hidden for an unknown period. With an increasing number of whistleblowers and insiders coming forward about UFO retrieval programs, these leaked images could be among the most compelling pieces of evidence so far. The presence of hieroglyphic markings on an alleged non-human craft raises serious questions about extraterrestrial influence on human history. As interest in UFO disclosure grows, and reports of egg-shaped craft being recovered by military forces continue to surface, many are now wondering if this latest leak is part of a broader effort to reveal hidden information to the public. The recent images of a crashed egg-shaped UFO featuring hieroglyphic-like symbols are not the first time such markings have been linked to unidentified flying objects. Throughout history, numerous reports have described strange symbols on UFO surfaces, suggesting a possible connection to an unknown language or form of communication. Two of the most widely known cases involving UFOs with hieroglyphic markings are the Kecksburg incident of 1965 and the Rendlesham Forest encounter of 1980. The Kecksburg case took place in Pennsylvania when a metallic craft, shaped like a bell or acorn, crashed into a wooded area. Witnesses who saw the object before it was quickly taken away by the U.S. military described it as having unusual inscriptions along its base, which some compared to Egyptian-style hieroglyphics or ancient symbols. These markings have never been fully decoded, and the incident remains one of the most debated UFO retrieval cases in U.S. history. Many believe that the military secretly studied the object and its inscriptions, possibly connecting it to other UFOs found with similar markings. Another case that reinforces this idea is the Rendlesham Forest incident, often called Britain's Roswell. In December 1980, several U.S. military personnel stationed at RAF Bentwaters witnessed a triangular-shaped craft landing in the woods. When Sergeant Jim Peniston approached the object, he observed a series of unusual symbols engraved on its metallic surface. He even documented these symbols in his notebook, later likening them to ancient glyphs or mathematical sequences. The appearance of hieroglyphic-like markings on various UFOs across different time periods and locations suggests that these symbols might serve a specific function, possibly related to extraterrestrial communication, navigation, or technological encoding. If the newly leaked images of the egg-shaped UFO are authentic, they could offer further proof that these crafts originate from a shared source, one that has been engaging with humanity for far longer than we realize. The egg-shaped design of the object is not an isolated occurrence. Reports of smooth, seamless, and aerodynamic egg- or tic-tac-shaped crafts have surfaced repeatedly over the years. Military pilots, intelligence officials, and high-ranking government figures have described encounters with objects that lack conventional propulsion, wings, or any visible means of generating thrust, yet are capable of extreme speeds, silent hovering, and instant direction changes. In recent months, leaks from military insiders and investigative journalists have revealed that these types of UFOs are actively being retrieved and studied by government agencies. NewsNation's recent release of footage showing an egg-shaped craft being airlifted by helicopter has further supported claims that these crafts are real and that recovery operations are happening in secrecy. Now, with this latest leak providing what appears to be direct photographic evidence of a crashed UFO, the demand for disclosure has never been more pressing. The presence of hieroglyphic-like symbols on the object only adds to the mystery. If the UFO was built by an extraterrestrial intelligence, then its markings could function as identifiers, coded messages, or an alien script that remains undeciphered. Some suggest that these markings resemble ancient scripts from early human civilizations, hinting at a potential historical link between extraterrestrial visitors and early societies on Earth. One of the most intriguing elements of the newly released crash site image is the detailed symbols covering the UFO's metallic surface. Hieroglyphics have long been linked to ancient civilizations, particularly the Egyptians, Mayans, and Sumerians, societies that left behind impressive monuments, artifacts, and myths that some believe point to contact with advanced beings. The idea that these markings on the UFO could serve as a form of extraterrestrial communication has sparked discussions among researchers and UFO enthusiasts alike. The strong resemblance between these historical references and the newly leaked image suggests that this may not be an isolated case. If these hieroglyphics are genuinely alien, it could indicate that humanity has been observed or visited by the same civilization for centuries, potentially influencing early human cultures. Some theorists propose that ancient societies may have had direct awareness of these beings, incorporating their symbols into temples, religious texts, and artistic depictions. Adding another layer of mystery, some speculate that the crash site shown in the leaked image could be in Antarctica, a region often rumored to conceal secrets related to extraterrestrial activity. Whistleblowers have previously suggested that multiple UFO retrieval missions have taken place in Antarctica, where objects have been discovered beneath the ice, seemingly preserved for unknown periods of time. If this egg-shaped UFO was retrieved from Antarctica, it would support theories that non-human technology has been hidden in remote locations for centuries. Antarctica's harsh environment, combined with its geopolitical restrictions and limited civilian access, makes it an ideal setting for classified operations and secret research projects. The anonymous individual who originally posted the video of the egg-shaped UFO has remained unidentified, refusing to reveal their identity or location. However, their choice to release the crash site image separately from the initial video suggests an intentional effort to control how the information is shared. This method is often used by whistleblowers who aim to maximize exposure before their leaks can be suppressed or dismissed. The timing of this release is particularly noteworthy, coming just weeks after the NewsNation disclosure of an egg-shaped UFO retrieval. Many speculate that insiders within intelligence or military circles are working to push full disclosure forward, using leaked videos and images to pressure governments into acknowledging what has been concealed for decades. This pattern of controlled leaks suggests that a growing faction within the defense community is pushing for transparency, challenging the long-standing secrecy surrounding UFO encounters and recovery efforts. With the leaked image now widely circulating across social media and UFO research circles, government agencies and defense officials are facing increasing pressure to respond. If the image is genuine, It could be one of the strongest pieces of evidence supporting the existence of non-human craft. Many are now urging scientific analysis of the symbols, calling on linguists, archaeologists, and physicists to examine the inscriptions for potential patterns or links to known historical languages. If the symbols on the UFO resemble those found in ancient Earth civilizations, it could serve as significant evidence that extraterrestrial contact played a role in shaping human history. Reports of oval, smooth, metallic UFOs have emerged from multiple locations, and according to these sources, some of these crafts have been successfully recovered for further examination. If these claims are accurate, the consequences for science, technology, and humanity's understanding of the universe would be significant. Anonymous sources have consistently described the UFOs that various military operations have allegedly recovered. One whistleblower, who claims to have participated in a classified recovery mission, recounted discovering an egg-shaped craft partially buried underground after what seemed to be an emergency landing. The craft's material was described as highly reflective and metallic, yet warm to the touch, with no visible signs of entry or damage. Attempts to cut or breach the material proved futile as it remained unaffected by known tools and weapons. Scientists and engineers working in secret research facilities reportedly struggled to understand how the craft functioned, as it contained no recognizable internal components, such as wiring, fuel tanks, or propulsion systems. If these reports are true, it would suggest that humanity has encountered technology operating on principles entirely unknown to modern science. This could explain why governments have gone to great lengths to keep these discoveries hidden, not only due to the implications of revealing such knowledge, but also to maintain any strategic advantages that might come from studying and replicating these technologies in secrecy. The secrecy surrounding the retrieval of oval, egg-shaped UFOs fits into a broader pattern of governments deliberately concealing information about non-human technology from the public. There are several possible reasons for keeping this knowledge classified. One theory suggests that the technology within these recovered crafts could provide an unmatched advantage in aerospace engineering, propulsion systems, and energy production. If non-human vehicles operate without traditional fuel sources and have the ability to manipulate gravity, making this technology public could disrupt the global energy and defense industries overnight. Now let's dive into the mystery of the Wilkes Land gravity anomaly. The Wilkes Land gravity anomaly is one of the least discussed but most fascinating mysteries in the ufology community. Deep beneath the ice shelf in one of the most remote regions of Antarctica lies something massive, so large that it has baffled scientists for years. It all started in March 2002 when a rocket launched from the Plesetsk spaceport, carrying a set of twin satellites known as the GRACE, Gravity Recovery and Climate Experiment, satellites. Their mission was simple but groundbreaking: to map the Earth's gravity field in high detail. Most people assume that gravity is uniform across the planet, but that's far from the truth. Variations in landmass size, density, and composition affect gravitational pull. By using these satellites, scientists could detect gravity anomalies, places where gravity behaves differently than expected. These anomalies can indicate underground structures, hidden geological formations, or even ancient impact craters. While the GRACE satellites were scanning the Earth, they detected something unusual in Antarctica. In a seemingly empty and featureless part of the continent, the satellites experienced a gravitational pull much stronger than in surrounding areas. This pull reached 300 miles into space, significantly affecting the satellite's trajectory. What could be buried so deep under the ice that it had such an immense gravitational force? For decades, Antarctica has been surrounded by conspiracy theories. Some believe that Nazi Germany established hidden bases in Antarctica during World War II using advanced technology to build underground facilities. Some believe that before the continent was covered in ice, it may have been home to an advanced civilization. If true, could the structure beneath Wilkes Land be a remnant of this lost world? Could it be a buried city, a massive structure, or even a technology far beyond our understanding? Right now, scientists don't have the tools to dig beneath the Antarctic ice to investigate the Wilkes Land anomaly directly. The ice is too thick, the environment too extreme. Now let's dive into a few UFO sightings that will leave you stunned. UFO on military base. In 2018, a strange triangular UFO was spotted at a U.S. military base. The sighting occurred as an F-18 fighter jet was landing on the USS Ford in the Mediterranean Sea. As the jet neared the deck, an unusual triangular object appeared on the runway. It didn't resemble any known aircraft and seemed completely out of place. A UFO with a shape straight out of an alien movie. The incident quickly sparked speculation, with many suggesting it might be part of a secret U.S. military program. The situation took an unexpected twist when Iranian state media released the footage, claiming it as proof of U.S. collaboration with aliens. Would you believe such a story coming from the Middle East? UFO Army Escort. The Nevada desert is often associated with UFO sightings, but this incident was something else. In this video, 3 unidentified flying objects were intercepted by F-22 Raptors. These crafts moved together in a triangular formation. As the jets closed in, the pilots realized they weren't dealing with anything ordinary. The UFOs performed impossible maneuvers, sharp turns, sudden accelerations, and immediate stops, defying every law of physics. Attempts to engage or communicate with them failed. The objects seemed to move at their own pace, easily evading the military jets. The jets also behaved strangely when close to the UFOs. The witnesses on the ground, recording the event, couldn't believe their eyes. Were these alien crafts or advanced military technology? No one knows. Hovering UFOs. A fisherman out on the Pacific Ocean saw something unusual in the sky. At first, he noticed a cluster of bright lights flying in formation, their glow impossible to miss. They seemed to emerge from UFO crafts, moving together. It looked like an entire fleet of UFOs soaring above the ocean. Could these UFOs have come from the ocean itself? The Pacific holds many unsolved mysteries, and considering we've only explored about 5% of our oceans, this theory seems plausible. After hovering for a while, the lights began to move toward the horizon, almost as if they were vanishing into another dimension. After witnessing this strange scene, the men quickly sped away on their boats. Extraterrestrial casket. While workers were excavating the pyramids, one laborer made a chilling discovery deep inside the structure. As he dug through layers of dust and stone, he uncovered a hidden room that seemed untouched for centuries. He called over his co-workers to take a look. Inside the dim chamber, they found several remains. Upon closer inspection, they realized these were alien bodies. The figures had long heads and unusual features, completely different from humans. How strange do they look? What other kinds of life might be out there? Extraterrestrial friends in Ireland. In 2021, 2 aliens were reportedly seen by hikers. One of them was lying on the ground, looking lifeless or possibly injured. The other stood nearby, scanning the area as though searching for help. It was a bizarre scene, set against the lush green hills of Ireland. Some speculated that the standing alien was either trying to communicate or find a way to assist its companion. Were they friends or enemies? This mystery remains unsolved to this day. Extraterrestrial visitor. In the foggy skies of Pakistan, a glowing UFO was seen floating through the mist. The craft, surrounded by bright lights, moved slowly and steadily, its glowing lights cutting through the fog and casting an eerie glow on everything beneath. Witnesses stood in disbelief, unsure of what they were witnessing. The UFO drifted further into the distance, its lights still shining brightly. Despite the thick fog, the craft's presence was unmistakable. There was a larger light in the center, almost like a door or perhaps a portal. Could it have been one of those things? So thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed watching it, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this.